The prologue in Cebu clearly demonstrates why the Red Bull Romaniacs rally is considered the hardest in the world. Technically in their own league. However, on the greasy course, even the smallest mistakes can take its toll. As one of the favorites, the Frenchman Michel Gau found out. And also, Kyle Redmond from the States is packing his bags already. The winner of the day was Paul Bolton.
I just ride it smooth, getting a
Desert high plains, lonely forest, and less than 100 people per square kilometer, the Romanian wilderness is a natural paradise. But the competitors are not here to enjoy the scenery. They couldn't do it even if they wanted to, as the course cuts back and forth through the landscape far away from any paved road. Inch by inch, they fight their way up to the mountains. With the inclines of up to 60 degrees, it would be hard to get up there even by foot. This is more than a test for both man and machine, especially if you've already carrying an injury like the KTM rider Dieter Hopp. Nobody wants to give in at the endurance rally. Where normally you'd be lying in a hospital already, here they just grit their teeth and get on with it. Along with stamina and the will to win, you also need a good sense of direction. The winner of the prologue, Paul Bolton, got off to a very bad start and went wrong on the very first day. If he misses secret checkpoints, he'll get several hours of penalties. At the few places that are accessible, fun. By far the favorite was this river crossing. Whether they went over it or through it, not many got across with dry feet. The German team traps are lurking everywhere. Klaus Martignac first hit a tree with his... Well, at least 8 hours a day in the saddle is normal at the Red Bull Romaniacs. The only break is a 20-minute circle. Help briefly with the orientation, but navigating the meandering mountain bike trails around the small town of Chisinau in the heart of Romania is a real challenge at full speed. But it's nice when one can still see the funny side of things. Eric Molker says, nice enduro riding. It's good, maybe a bit too steep sometimes, but it's fun. At least it's still fun. 7 hours of effort, the answer is clear. Gerhard Forster rides over the line. Top rider Dieter Hopp battled his way through today despite his broken finger, although that wasn't it all day. Thank God that there were some people on 1 or 2 climbs that helped. Extreme challenges belong to the daily life of a pro rider, and rewards for their efforts come along way too seldom on such a hard rally as the Red Bull Romaniacs. So when it happens, it's appreciated even more. The other side of the fog, a service stop in a small mountain village. After unsuccessful attempts to lose Chris Birch and Britain's Graham Jarvis, it's a game of follow the leader. As the master of the navigation, Gerhard Foster leads the way for the top 3. Although the tactical battle for the lead is not so apparent to the local spectators, Foster are taking full advantage of his skills with his GPS system. Graham Jarvis profited from his later start time by catching up with Forster thanks to his technical riding skills and thereby overtook the lead. one thing is for certain. All the riders have learned that teamwork is essential, especially the amateurs. Even though it's a race to the finish, on some spots you must help each other in such an extreme endurance race. Despite the teamwork, some obstacles are still too much, as one competitor aptly told us.
How was this one today?
Fuck day.
One of the joint favorites, Paul Bolton, is struggling to catch the leading group, but it came to an end for him in the swamp. The strain was something simply too much. In Paul's case, it was his body. But for Gerhard, up front, it was the machinery that caused some problems. The gear lever on his BMW didn't survive an impact. And the next test is waiting in line, this extremely steep climb out of the service area. Due to reasons that we are not going to mention,
keep the bike on the ground, you keep traction, it's possible. If you have
10-meter almost vertical climb, just about everyone had to go at it, even though their chances were rather slim. Making the right decision at the right time belongs to the Red Bull Romaniacs list of essential abilities, and that could decide the winner from the losers.
I said to myself before I hit it, I said, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to come back down and take the chicken run. And I hit it, and I hit a rock, and it sent me to the left into the trees, and the bike just cartwheeled back to the bottom, so, and I trashed it.
Not everyone was so lucky. After breaking the gear lever, Gerhard Forster had only first gear. This means that he could only ride slowly. Could this be the big chance for Chris Birch and Graham Jarvis to pull ahead? Graham's tactics have paid off. He's been following the top navigator Forster for 3 days, and now he's going to take the advantage. The German dragged himself across the finishing line, but had lost a lot of time. Jarvis is slipping away in front of him. After 20 hours of racing, the top three are less than 10 minutes apart. In a race like the Red Bull Romaniacs, it is possible to pull this back. Wild Bear Mountain, the last day of racing. Another 120 kilometers through the Romanian wilderness, the riders must summon their last reserves and hold their nerve, even when the local wildlife causes some excitement. Currently, third place Chris Birch wants to attack and take the win. But after 4 grueling days, he has picked up a virus and has no power left to mount the challenge on the leaders. We asked him what he thought at the service stop. 550 kilometers over 4 days on the limits takes its toll. Back into view, the starting point for the rally, the leading. After 4 days of fighting through the forest and climbing over mountains, the pros have to push it right to the very end. The Kiwi, Chris Birch, successfully manages to hang on to his third place. The victory and 2,300 of the 15,000 euro prize purse goes to Graham Jarvis from England. His wheelie 20 meters up on the roof just goes to show how amazing his riding skills really are.